I have something that has the potential to change everything about what you know about everything. And I'm being serious. And you guys know me well enough to know that I don't mess around. You're my friends. We've been together for a long time. And
I have something that has the potential to.
okay, so you guys know I don't mess around. If I find something good, you know from the 15 years I've known both of you that I share it with everyone. All right. And so welcome tonight. And I want to introduce my mentor and my immediate coach. Ms. Pam McCrae is a $1 million earner, 17 months to $1 million. 6 months to $250,000. That is a CEO salary in South Africa of a big company in no time. Can I also say that her results are not typical? This lady works, okay? But what I'm trying to say is that if you work as hard as she works, if you follow the strategies that she has followed and that she will continue to teach us, if you decide to be part of us, you can have the results that she has had. To my left, up on the top next to me, is my personal sponsor, and she's a pharmacist. Just to show you guys that this industry is not just for people who are out of work. People who are professionals, who know how to look at stuff, look at it with a medical, clinical eye, are looking at the products that we're going to talk about, and they're giving them the thumbs up. Her and I are building a business around Mozambique, South Africa, Swaziland. She's building in Zimbabwe. I'm building in the US. But I didn't want you guys to say in 2 years, Bongani, you didn't tell us. So that's why I'm bringing you guys in, so that we get that out of the way. But I want to hand over to Ms. Pam McCrae and just say, guys, probably the most good-looking grand you'll ever see. She has 4 children, and she has an awesome taste in cars. I love her Maserati. And she's going to tell us a couple of things about how this business has changed her life and how it can change yours. So hand over to you, Ms. Pam.
Wow. You know what, Bongani, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all that are chiming in. I'm excited for T-View and, all that are saying yes to this phenomenal opportunity. And literally, it's all because of one yes. All because of one yes and not giving up, that life has completely turned around. And so I'm excited about 2018, as I know that together we are going to change some lives. Together, there's a mission, the whole 1,000 dreams of Africa, South Africa, Swaziland. You see, this is a movement that's beginning to spread, not just in Africa, but all around the entire world. And I want you all, you special guests that have been invited to hear about this amazing information tonight. Know that I don't want you to take it lightly, because Bongani obviously thinks very highly of each and every one of you, because this could have been a large launch. This could have been a lot of people on here, but this was intended to be very private in order to allow each and every one of you to hear about a movement that's spreading all across South Africa, that's spreading all across Zimbabwe, that's spreading all across Swaziland, Namibia, all across Ghana, all across Nigeria, and it's just getting started. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited about change. Because one thing that I learned a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, is that when you want change, you have to be the one to implement that change. And so I want you to know just a little bit about myself before I actually get into the information this evening regarding a company that is going to blow you away, regarding some products that are changing lives all over the entire world. You see, I used to be a woman. And let me just make sure we're muted. Let's make sure we can all mute. Everybody try hitting the mute. But I used to be that woman who literally did not know my full purpose. I did not fully understand what God had put on the inside of me. I did not fully understand the very thing, the very mission that I was put on this earth for. But I can tell you that it's something about when you begin to realize and recognize the greatness that God has put on the inside, that greatness will begin to come out of you. And so I want you to know that it wasn't that long ago when one yes began to turn my entire life around. And here's what I'm going to do.
Have you really found a church?
Because we're all on this
Have
line.
you really found a church?
Everybody.
Yet.
Hey,
Oh,
Salim Husseini, can I ask you to mute, bro?
I got it. Okay, we should be good. Hey, IAO, technology is all good. We are going to get this done. And so I used to be that woman who truly didn't believe in myself. I used to be that person who did not fully understand what I was supposed to do on this earth. But I can tell you that I'm thankful. I'm thankful that one yes began to turn it all around. You see, we're a part of a movement that is spreading all across the entire world. This necklace that I wear on my neck represents the 1,000 family movement. It's a vision of our visionary known as Miss Stormy Wellington, and I'm gonna show you her. This is her. And she's someone who happens to be the #1 female network marketer in the entire world. Someone who, because she said yes, lives are being changed all over the entire world. So can you imagine tonight, Africa, South Africa, wherever you are dialing in, that one yes now begin to turn your entire life around. But I also have to share with you another phenomenal young lady. And I'm gonna get into her story in just a few moments. You see, she is the visionary of the 1,000 Dreams movement. Miss Shanita Foster, she's someone who said yes as a result of truly just wanting to further her mission of spreading and being able to help 1,000 children in Swaziland. But as a result of her yes to this phenomenal country and this company, what she has been able to do is now come over and create a movement called the 1,000 Dreams movement, in which lives are being changed all because of one simple yes. And so we're still unmuted, but give me a minute. I got something else I'm gonna do. All right, now I have full control and I can only unmute, all right? So literally, this is a movement that's exciting, but I want you to know where I come from. You see, I've been that woman who has been in a lot of different businesses over the last 20 years. And I don't know if you can imagine literally showing up, I'm sure you can, and just failing time and time again. But I can tell you, I made a decision to believe. Because after trying so many different things over the last 20 years, I realized that I could not give up. You see, when you make a decision in life that you want to create legacy, when you make a decision in life that you want to create change, when you make a decision in life that you want to be the change in order to now help to change the lives of others, because that's what life is about. It's not about us. It's about impact. It's about helping to change the lives of so many people around the entire world. Well, I want you to know, South Africa, you are looking at someone tonight who knows what it feels like to literally lose it all, who knows what it feels like to go through bankruptcy, not just once in life, but twice, in which we had absolutely nothing. We could not pay our bills. You're also looking at someone tonight who knows what it feels like to lose a vehicle, to go through repossession. But what did it for me as that woman, that I had to really realize that I had to become the person that I was looking for. You see, we already have everything that we need on the inside of us. But many times in life, we don't realize that. But I can remember it like yesterday when my husband and I, we had to make a decision. And that decision was, do we eat or do we ride? And on that day in which I had to watch him go and sell the last vehicle that we had, and we were so broke on that day, that not only did he go and sell that vehicle, but imagine he had to take the time to literally walk home that day with that check in his hand because we were so broke. And on that day, I realized that, you know what, I do have purpose, because I realized that I could no longer walk around in life saying that I did not know what I was created to be. And on that day, I began to change. On that day was when my life began to shift and I began to grow. And I can tell you that I'm thankful because literally, I know that every single one of you know about faith. You've done something in life where you just decided to step out there. And so a little over 3 years ago, that's what we did. We just decided to step out on faith. And I can tell you that we had a plan, but we did not know the full plan and what God was going to allow us to go through. But I thank God for every challenge, every circumstance, every trial, because I began to realize that the greater the challenge, the greater the victory. And so I began to smile throughout it all. So imagine, after packing up our family and moving to Miami, Florida, we look up and how many of you work. Imagine the very job that you have failing you, because that's what ended up happening. Corporate America told us goodbye. And my husband, who had worked for over 25 years as an engineer, we looked up. There was no job, there was no money. And as a result of that, we found ourselves homeless in the top of 2015. Never thought we would have to go through that, but I can tell you, I am thankful because one yes, I want you to remember those 3 powerful letters tonight. Write them down if you're taking notes, because Bongani wanted to put you in front of this information, because yes can turn your entire life around. And you were able to hear that in an industry that we failed in, I put my hands to these businesses, never had any success. I looked up, and in less than 60 days, can you imagine the next 60 days, the next 90 days, your life completely turning around? Because that's what happened. And I was able to go out and, as a stay-at-home mom, earn my family over $22,000 US in less than 60 days. And I don't know about you, but at that time, I began to realize this is not about me. This is about the lives that are being changed. This is a lot about the lives that God has called me to help to be an impact in. And I began to build this business even more. I stayed focused, sharing literally this little pack of tea that I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more about. And I looked up, and as you heard Bongani mention, I was able to earn my family over $250,000 US in less than 7 months' time. And I'm saying this to each and every one of you chiming in tonight to let you know that this thing is real. Yes, we were able to grab a hold of this and become $1 million US earners in 17 months. So one yes can begin to turn it all around. And so I'm gonna share with you tonight a phenomenal company that's definitely bringing about change around the entire world. And as I get into it, I want you to know that you now have the opportunity to grab a hold of something, technical difficulties, that's okay, to grab a hold of something that is truly about to bring change, that is truly begin to spread around all of South Africa, as you now have the opportunity to say yes. So now the name of this company is called Total Life Changes, okay? And I'm gonna call it TLC. And we have an incredible CEO and founder that goes by the name of Mr. Jack Fallon. You see, Mr. Fallon started this company 18 years ago, right about 18 years ago, from his basement with a mission and with a vision. And you see, his mission was to provide us with some high quality, all natural products that would offer us immediate results. I know that no matter where you live in the entire world, everybody wants immediate results. We live in a microwave society, right? Where people want it right now. And so now imagine this. He had a vision and a mission. And because he did not give up on his vision, we now have some products that are bringing change around the entire world. This is Mr. John Lakari, his right-hand man. And this is the man who makes sure that, listen, we are getting paid every single week. You see, I know in South Africa, you're accustomed to getting paid monthly, but imagine grabbing a hold of this and not just creating weekly income, but daily income, all because of some life-changing products. So Mr. Jack Fallon had that vision and that mission. And as a result of it, we now have a company that we can share and spread all over the entire world. You see, in South Africa, I'm gonna focus on 2 products that you can grab a hold of. Here in the United States, we have a lot more. And so what's going to happen now is the energy, as the fire, as the momentum, you're gonna start to see that you're able to grab a hold of even more products. What's even more exciting is that you all just got a warehouse in South Africa. So whereas the shipping and all of that, we truly have been able to get these products into your country, imagine this, now in just a few months, it is going to happen, in which increase is going to begin to now take place, because the products are truly going to now be on hand which is going to now help you to create even more cash on demand, which is powerful. But I also want you to know that this little pack of tea happens to be the flagship product called the IASO tea. I like to call it IASO, okay? But it's the #1 detox tea in the entire world. And this product is a part of a movement that we're now spreading all across South Africa, all over the world, called the 30-33 movement. And see, the 30-33 movement means this. It means, can you simply grab a hold of doing some simple exercise every single day, 30 minutes, maybe take a walk. And it's all because your life is about being healthy, because you cannot create wealth without first being healthy. And so we want the world to know, let's take back your health. Let's become the epitome of what God created us to be. So let's do some 30 minutes of exercise, simple exercise, some cardio, take a walk, take a jog, and then for 30 days. You see, anything that you do for 21 days becomes a habit. So now when you do it for 30 days, it becomes a lifestyle. But not only that, now you're going to grab a hold of 3 products. So in South Africa, you have this tea that I'm going to talk about. You also have another product that I'm going to talk about, and then some simple water. Everybody needs water. But let's talk about this tea. You see, it's the #1 detox tea in the entire world, not just in the United States, but all over the entire world, where a person is simply grabbing a hold of this little pack of tea, deciding to sip like this twice a day, right? And the weight is actually going away. So what's happening now is that people are taking back their health. The product is now known to help a person to lose 5 pounds in 5 days, or to lose 2.5 kilograms in 5 days. So can you imagine the power of this tea? Because people are sipping it, people are losing weight. It's packed with 9 herbs, no stimulants. You're just simply going to drink on it twice a day. And guess what? The weight is now going to go away. And so this power pack product is now the product that's spreading all across South Africa. I had the opportunity to be in your country back in October. And I can tell you, to be able to see the lives that are being changed, to be able to see the different stories of people grabbing a hold of one little pack of tea and now bringing about change in their life and helping others to bring about change, all because of this pack of tea, is absolutely phenomenal. You see, as I began to sip on this tea a little over 3 years ago, all I did was lose 20 pounds, 10 kilograms in 31 days. And literally, it's that very same story that turned into $1 million in 17 months. So I don't know about you, but Bongani invited every single one of you on here because he wanted to give you the opportunity in order to now hear about this little pack of tea. Because if you have not seen it, it's a movement. If you have not seen it, it's about to take over your entire country. So imagine you having the opportunity, Michael, and I know Boosie and Franco and Melissa and Natando and Bongani and so many of you, and I apologize if I can't pronounce your names right. Boosie, Pastor, Boosie, you know, listen, you have the opportunity to be first in order to bring about the change in South Africa. And so I want to also share with you another product. This product is now bringing change around the entire world. This is the product that began to change this phenomenal leader that I just showed you, Miss Shanita Foster. And she said yes to this amazing movement. You see, she's someone who is dependent upon monster drinks, okay? Energy drinks. If you have different types of energy drinks over in South Africa. But she was dependent upon energy drinks because she had a hard time making it through the day. She also was in a state of literally depression. And so she grabbed a hold of this product. Not only did it change her life to the point to where she's no longer dependent upon those monster drinks, but you heard me share about the movement, the 1,000 Dreams movement. You see, not only has she been able to change 1,000 children's lives, in which all of us have had the opportunity to thankfully participate in, from broke to now being able to give back to children all over the world, is nothing short of being phenomenal. And so because of her, yes, this product completely changed her life. She's never done a business like this. But I want you to know that her yes has allowed her to become a $500,000 US earner right here in this company, well on her way to earning $1 million US this year, all because of this NRG. You see, this NRG stands for natural raw energy. So what it's going to do is turn on the energy, but also turn off the appetite because it's gonna burn 300 to 600 calories a day. So now imagine this, you now begin to sip on this tea, all right? You now begin to take some NRG, you now begin to exercise and sip on some water, and you now have what we call the 30-33, a phenomenal movement that's spreading all over the entire world with some products that are life-changing. People are losing weight, taking back their health, they're feeling great, and imagine you being the one to now implement this all over the entire world, starting right there in your country, in South Africa, to bring about the change. So what I want to do at this time is I want to take a moment and I want to bring Tibu on the line because she's chiming in from Swaziland, right? And she has an incredible, story on the product. She has an incredible mission that she wants to fulfill. And so I'm going to bring you on here so you can share with all of Bongani's guests what TLC has been able to do for you. Share the movement, the excitement, because you're chiming in from Africa. So therefore, you already know you're in the midst of it. So definitely take the time and share with everybody watching and listening in today.
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tibuile Mtetwa. I am a mother of two. I'm married and I'm a pharmacist by profession. I hope you can all hear me. Please raise your hand. Good. Okay. So I started TLC in April last year, and it found me at a time where I was looking for business opportunities. I do have businesses on the side, but in terms of performance, I don't think they were doing well at the time. And maybe let me start with the products. So when I joined, I was told about the IASOT and I was told about the benefits. And being the pharmacist that I am, I then decided to do my own research, look at the 9 herbs, look at what they do, etc. And I was amazed. Initially, I took the tea to lose weight. I took the tea for a couple of weeks, I think about 2 weeks or so, but I think what really took me was a significant change in my life. For the past 3-4 years, I was experiencing problems with migraines, basically headaches that don't go away. And I was on still pain, popping still pain 2-3 times a day. Still pain is a scheduled drug. It's a Schedule 5. It's a habit-forming drug. So basically, I was on still pain to help me deal with the migraines. I would sometimes take time off work just to, to relieve myself, to get off because I couldn't concentrate. But the minute I started taking the tea, I realized my headaches were no longer there. And for me, that was amazing. So in terms of the tea, if I can put value to it today, even if you come and tell me that the tea is 1,000 rands, I would still buy it because of what it did for my headaches, constant headaches that wouldn't go away. So besides the detox benefit that it has, which Coach has already discussed, it assists with pain. It assists with blood pressure, sugar, diabetes, arthritis, asthma, constipation. We have a lot of people out there who are suffering from constipation. When you have to go to the toilet and do your number 2, you really struggle, mostly because of the diet, because of our schedule, etc. So in terms of assisting with regulating your system, it basically helps to relieve constipation. So that is one of the benefits that we can share in terms of the tea. After taking the tea, I then started incorporating the NRG because of the 30-33 movement. I then wanted to say, you know what, let me then take care of my body because they say you can't be selling dreams looking like a nightmare. So I decided, let me incorporate the NRG into my program. So the NRG, what it does for me in terms of energy levels, like Pam has already said, you basically have energy throughout the day. But it also helps with some of the cravings that you have. If you have sugar cravings, if you have cravings for cakes, sweet things, carbohydrates, you can see the difference in terms of, you know, the cravings, you know. So at times you feel like, you know what, I don't feel like having it. I don't feel like having the piece of cake. I don't feel like having this because of what the NRG does. So I've lost a bit of weight and I feel a bit lighter, energized. As I said, I'm a career woman, I'm a mother, I'm a wife. So in terms of getting through the day, I think the products have really helped me to cope. And then coming to the business side of Total Life Changes, we are really excited. We are really excited. For the first time, you know, we have a business that was introduced and explained well clearly, such that when you are looking at the benefits, the compensation plan, you can't afford to not to be part of it. So I started in April, and I obviously learned. I'm a first-time network marketer, so I've never done this before, but it has been an amazing journey. In terms of personal development, I think I've learned so much. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about business. And I've also learned so much about working with people. So that it's another benefit that, you know, you can overlook. But in terms of personal development, I think it has done wonders for me as a person, as a professional, and as a businesswoman. I started off in April, and in July, I hit the level of director within Total Life Changes. So we have different ranks within Total Life Changes. And as you rank up, you see more of the benefits. And believe me, when you hit the rank of director, you also see a change in the commission that you get from Total Life Changes. And once you see the commission, you can't sleep at night. You want to work because you can see the benefits. So around April, my husband and I, we bought a house. It's close to my dream house, but not yet my dream house. We bought a house, and with all the bills, with the mortgage, we had to make sure that, you know, we keep the lifestyle that we had. We didn't want to compromise because now we had a car, we had a house. We wanted to make sure that our children went to good schools. We wanted to make sure that we could still afford holidays. We could still afford going out. So with that burden that the house came with, we needed a business that would supplement our income, that would supplement the income that is coming to the house. And TLC basically came at the right time. And I was also going through a period where I was reviewing myself as a person, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do for my kids. And basically in all that came the issue of, you know, my husband and I, we are more or less, we are okay in life. But by being okay in life, it does not guarantee that my children are going to be okay in life in future. And I started understanding the concept around generational wealth. I started asking myself, what am I doing for my children? And it hit home, you know, because we are okay now, but it doesn't guarantee that our children will be okay in the future. So as I was going through the policy documents, TLC policy documents, what really caught me was the succession plan that they have. This is a willable business, which means that I can do the business, and when it's time for me to pass away or pass on, I can actually give the business to my children, or my children can inherit the business and continue at the rank I was at, with the commission that I was getting on a weekly basis or a monthly basis. And for me, when you're talking about inheritance, when you're talking about looking out for my children, basically I'm sold. So that is one of the things that really attracted me to this business. It was the fact that it's willable. I can pass it on to my children, and they can look back and say, our parents did something for us. So in terms of my why it's centered around my children. I want my children to have the best. I want my children to have good education, to get good tertiary education. They are 7, by the way. So there's still a long way for us to build and actually attain all those dreams that we have. So TLC has actually given me the opportunity to make sure that I build a legacy for my children now. I don't want them to look back and say, Mom and Dad, you had an opportunity. What did you do with it? And I do share with them the business. I do tell them what Mom is doing, and they're excited. They listen, and they're interested in knowing. In terms of where I am with Total Life Changes, I know Coach will go into detail on how we get paid, but so far I'm doing both commission and I'm doing profit from the resale. So in terms of the selling of the products, all I can say is wow. The products are really moving on the ground because TLC has quality products. So one of the requirements for me to join the business was to look at the products that they have, to look at the quality because of my background in pharmacy. And I wanted products that work. You can't go around lying to people and saying the product will do A, B, and C, and yet it doesn't. So for me, that was really an important factor. So the products work and they sell on the market. So in terms of how we do it in Swaziland, South Africa, we're still doing it the traditional way, whereby you buy the product and you sell the products. So the traditional way, basically, we are making 100% profit. 100% profit. I've never seen any company that sells products at 100% profit. But with TLC, it's possible. So you basically target, you set targets for yourself, knowing very well that if I have ISOT in my bag, I basically have 100% profit. For example, one sachet of ISOT sells for 350. You have already made 175. Now, if you're putting value to 175, I'm able to buy fresh fruits and vegetables for the whole week. So in terms of the products, you can set your own target to say, this is what I want to achieve on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. So combining both the commission and the products, I'm making, give or take, 30,000 rands a month from Total Life Changes. And that is income that is really, really going a long way for my family, So basically that's a testimony that I want to share. But also in terms of the excitement, there's so much excitement on the ground because we are now realizing that we need to have multiple streams of income. We need to be doing something. Even if you are working, even if you have a salary, you need to have something on the side, because we know the concept of a salary. You're getting paid on the 25th, but on the 1st of the month, your salary is already gone. So what happens if you have a breakdown during the course of the month? You can't park your car because you have to go to work. So basically, it has given you that sense of, I can get by, but eventually we will start to realize our dreams, the dreams that we had, you know, when we were growing up. So basically, that's my testimony with Total Life Changes.
Wow. Thank you so much, T-Boo, for coming on and sharing all of that incredible information and your phenomenal testimony. So as you can see, South Africa, you know, it's a movement. You heard how this product has been able to change her life. And whereas we don't make, you know, any type of claims to the fact that our products cure or mitigate any type of illnesses, but I can tell you that you can't deny the testimonies, you can't deny the stories, and that you can hear through just her passion and the things that she's been able to see along the way and what she's been able to experience. And 30,000 rands a month, that's about what, 2,500 US dollars a month, you know, depending on you guys' exchange rate at the given moment. And so I just want to say, you know, congratulations, you shout out, because one thing that I know is that when we were broke, when we were struggling, when we were homeless, to be able to just earn a couple $100 a week would have completely changed our entire life. So that's what you have in front of you. This is truly a movement that's really bringing change around the entire world. And it's story after story after story that's happening, that's now helping to bring about change. I remember being there in South Africa where we had an all-white party in order to celebrate all of those that have been able to do some amazing things. And I remember hearing the story of a young lady who literally, you know, she just opened up and shared that as a result of her yes, she was able to buy that outfit, you know, to be able to come to that party. So it's little things that's happening that's really, you know, changing the lives of so many people. As I listen to T-Boo, I was pulling up some different stories, and I just want to show you guys. I don't know if you can see this, but I want to show you this story that recently I was able to be blessed with this testimony. And this is Nandu. All right. I don't know if you can see her, but Nandu is standing in front of a car. Nandu has a sign that says TLC pays. She also has a pack of tea in her hand. And this pack of tea has been able to purchase her very first vehicle in South Africa, all because of one yes. And then I saw another story that Miss Shanita Foster shared of a young lady who said, you know what, I need to move. I need to find me another apartment to rent. And by February 1st, I need to be able to do this. Well, Miss Shanita Foster said, you know what, if you don't get it all, I'm going to help. But on February 1st, she sent her a text message. She said, are you moving today? And her name is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's Natihile, okay? But she said, yes, because of TLC, my tea has been able to allow me and my family to move into my new apartment. And those are the keys to her apartment in her hands. And so as a result of Miss Shanita Foster's commitment, she was able to purchase her bed for her new apartment. So these are the things that's happening in South Africa. Lives are really being changed. And so I'm excited to be able to come and share with you this compensation plan on how these products actually work. You heard T-Boo mention these products work. And you know, as I was sitting here and I was talking to you, it's amazing because one of the things that I do is I work out this whole 30-33, and I'm really into the fit and really toning my body. And so in America, we have some other products. And so prior to this, I got up and I put on a product that actually burns away belly fat. And as I was sitting here talking to you, I had on a waist trainer that we used to sell, and it was hot. And I said, oh my goodness, I got to get out of this stuff because our products work. So literally as I'm sitting here, it was hot and I'm burning away this belly fat, but literally it's because these products work. So let me go ahead and share with you this number one compensation plan. And I see that people want to know how you can join because it's real simple, okay? So the first way that we get paid is what you heard T-Boo mention. It's our retail commission, okay? Because we don't just get paid one way. We get paid 5 powerful ways here in South Africa, okay? So now here's what's gonna happen. When you say yes to tonight, to Bongani, what's gonna happen is you're going to now be able to get into the system, get in front of this movement. Project 1000 means we're gonna put 1,000 people into his organization in the next 90 to 120 days. You have the opportunity to be first and in front of this movement. So you're gonna be given a free website. in which now, number one, you can send people to your website to order. So this doesn't limit you to South Africa. You can build in the United States, you can build in Canada, you can build in wherever, Nigeria, Ghana. We ship to over 150 countries around the entire world. But every time that somebody goes to your website, you're going to get 50%. It's the 50-50-50 compensation plan. So Mr. Jack Fallon has given us a partnership for you to now be able to get paid weekly, for you to be able to now create income to take care of the school fees, the transportation fees, the black tax, all of that, the different things that you have to deal with. You are now able to grab a hold of retail. Now, the other way that she shared, that's when she talked about this product being on the ground, this is what's so powerful. You see, one pack of this tea, you heard her mention, in which I was on the assumption that you guys profit 150 rands, but I heard you mention 175 rands. You're going to pay about 200 rands for one pack of this tea. You see that now you can go out and sell it for 350. Maybe you're paying a little less depending on the exchange rate, but you're going to make about 150 to 175 rand profit off of every single pack of tea. So you can do this over and over and over again. And let's say that you want to be able to put 1,000, extra rands into your pocket every single week. All you do is go out and realize that 150 rands you're going to make off of every pack of tea, 175 rands. And so imagine you now going out and selling 4, 5, 6, 7 packs of this tea and beginning to turn your entire life around. You see, this is money that you're not just going to make every month. You're going to make this money every single day. And as you're making this money, lives are being changed because people are losing the weight. People are detoxing. This is not about weight loss. So if you're looking at me tonight and you're saying, you know what, I don't need to lose weight. Remember, it's not about you, but it's about being healthy. So when you fall in love with this product, when you become a product of this product, your passion is now going to display to the world, and people out there want to lose weight, and you have the answer. I always say that the person that solves the most problems on this earth can create the most wealth. And so we are problem solvers now, sharing this incredible product around the entire world. So imagine retail commissions coming into your household every single day and weekly, as our compensation plan will now give you a debit card. You see, you're going to have this debit card in which every Thursday, right, commissions posts as our week closes out. And imagine commissions now coming into your household in which now you can just swipe and use in order to create the change that you want to see happen in your household. Now, the second way we get paid is powerful too. All right. And these are really the two ways that I want you to really focus on. The second way is a fast start bonus. You see, as you now begin to share this tea, as you now begin to share the NRG, what did I do with it? Oh, right here, the NRG, as you begin to share the 3033 movement, there's going to be some lives being changed. There's going to be some people. That's the movement that's happening over there. You see, rooms are packed with people. Rooms are literally having wall-to-wall people because so many people want change. So now what's going to happen is people are going to say yes to you. They're going to want to join the movement. Well, every single time that somebody joins this movement, they decide to get started with some tea in their household, you're going to get 50%. For instance, one of the ways that you guys can get started in South Africa is for a 10 pack of tea, which is roughly about 2,000 rands. So every time somebody gets in at that rate, you're going to earn 8,000 rands. You get half, you get 50%. And these are rough numbers. If somebody decides to get in with a 25 pack of tea and they pay roughly around 5,000 rands, you're going to get about half, 2,500 rands. If somebody needs to get in for less because we do have a 5 pack of tea, whatever, you are now going to get 50%. So imagine doing this over and over and over again, and you creating financial freedom because you're sharing with people that you come in contact with, know and love, that this is an opportunity that they want to grab a hold of. So that's the fast start bonus. The third way we get paid over here is our binary. And I only want you to understand this, South Africa, as you're listening in, timing and positioning. You see, this movement is just getting started. Story after story has already been able to create 5- and 6-figure earners documented in your country. And so as a result of one yes, you now can get into position with Bongani tonight, say yes, and now you lock in a spot, a position of equity. See, imagine you now being at the top of his organization as people from all over the world in South Africa, in the United States, because he's very well connected. He shares different countries that he knows people in. You now getting in and benefiting, because what happens is we build with two teams, a left team and a right team, and everyone goes into the system one behind the other. So there's going to be some people, because you're on his first launch tonight, who now joined from the United States, who now joined from the UK, but because you got in before they did, you're able to benefit because they become a part of your team. You see, I didn't know Bongani, I didn't know Tibu, but guess what? They're part of my team because I got in before they did. So therefore, this is a business that we help each other and we all win. That's the power of the binary. So all I want you to know is timing and positioning. Get in and you can make up to $20,000 US a week on this one way of pay as this begins to build. And this is powerful. My husband and I have been able to max out this binary, making $20,000 US for 1 week. I have so many business partners who've been able to max out this binary, making $20,000 US for 1 week. We have an incredible story of Jeff and Janella Simpson. They are ambassadors down here in Miami who just the other day maxed out this one way of pay in 1 day. So ladies and gentlemen in South Africa, this thing is real. This thing is powerful. And Bongani has given you the opportunity to say yes and to get in front of a movement that is now already in the process of changing the entire world. Now, the fourth way that I'm gonna share with you is another 50%. Imagine this. Imagine getting a 50% check match off of now the people that you help and you bring into this business. For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. As that person that you personally bring in gets paid on that binary that I just talked about, where you can make up to $20,000 a week, you personally introduce this tea to somebody who says yes, and now they go out and they promote. All we do is share these products. Now what's gonna happen is when they get paid on the binary, you're gonna get half, 50%. For instance, let's say that somebody goes out and they make 5,000 rands on the binary. Well, guess what? You're gonna receive 2,500 rands as a check match. Somebody goes out and they make 40,000 rands on the binary. Guess what? You're gonna get 20,000 rands on the binary. It's simple. You receive half. And that's another powerful way that we get paid every single week. It gets better because now when Bongani goes out, right? Let's say I personally brought Bongani into this business and he goes out and this is what he's doing every week and he's getting paid and I'm smiling. I'm excited because we are getting check matches. But now Bongani goes out and Michael gets started and Boosie and Franco and Melissa and Nathando and all of you, Bakani, Fumele, all of you. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your names right, but counted to my head, not to my heart. But listen, all of you say yes, you become our second generation, and we're gonna get another check match, anywhere between 10% all the way up to 50%. So that simply equals 100% check matches. It's powerful as this builds. The last way is simple. You go national, and you are now going to receive a $1,500 US monthly bonus just to maintain your lifestyle. Go out and do whatever you choose with it. And so that's the #1 compensation plan in the entire world. That's what Bongani wanted to share with you this evening, South Africa. I want you to know that it is time for Africa. You all have the opportunity to get in front of a movement that is now changing and spreading all across the entire world. One yes can turn it all around because you have some phenomenal leaders over there, like Dr. and Mandy, who said yes in South Africa. They now are documented 5-figure US dollar earners. I watched them cross the stage back in October. You also have phenomenal leaders like Z, who has said yes. And all because of one yes, she now is a documented 6-figure US dollar earner in South Africa, all because of one yes. In a country where you all are accustomed to getting paid once a month, I want you to know that Total Life Changes, the name is very befitting because it is definitely bringing about a total life change. So here's your opportunity to create legacy. Here's your opportunity to say yes. Here's your opportunity to know without a shadow of a doubt that it's time for Africa. And we all look forward to creating 1,000 1,000 dreams. Because if you dreamed it, it's meant to give birth. It's not meant for that dream to remain on the inside, but it's meant for you to grab a hold of something, a vehicle that can now help you to bring about that change, and for now the change to spread across the entire world. So my name is Pam McCray. I am a national director, and I just want to let you know that it truly has been my pleasure, my greatest opportunity to share with you how you can say yes. It's simple. All you have to do is get back with Bongani tonight and say, how can I get in? Because all you do now is pick a package. And I share with you that the 10 pack is about 2,000 rands. There's a 25 pack that's about little less than 5,000 rands. There is also a way for you to get into position with a 5 pack if you just don't have the income for that 10 pack. But regardless of how you start, it doesn't matter how you start. It just matters that you start and get in front of a movement that's about to change the entire world. So get back with Bongani tonight. Send them that message, send them that WhatsApp. Do what you got to do in order to say yes. So Bongani, I'm going to bring you back on here this evening so you can share some closing words with all of your guests that are chiming in from South Africa. It is time for Africa.
Wow. Thank you, Ms. McCray. Thank you so very much. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a $1 million earner speaks. And here's the great thing. The only difference between her and ourselves is she said yes and she put in the work. All right. This organization is going to teach you how to sell. It's going to teach you who you need to be to sell. So this organization really is about personal development. We just happen to have a product also that really, really works. So this thing, it works on your body, it works on your mind, it works on your wallet. All of you guys know me, I'm a large guy. So here's what I did. I took this, I took it for 1 week. In 7 days, I lost 5 kilograms or 11 pounds. And I put it up on Instagram. You know, I feel wonderful. My daughter, who is, she's a teenager. So as you guys know, teenagers don't eat or drink anything yucky. As soon as she saw me on the scale, she was like, Dad, I want one of these. So Sponello is having one of these. I can't believe it. It's like, what? You know, but also here's what I'm going to say. You guys know that I work at Harvard. I'm at Harvard right now. And one of the first things I got on my contract was a statement that told me how much I can't make above. Almost immediately, they said, okay, this is your position and this is your range. So even if I brought in more students for my class, I cannot elapse a certain range. I'm capped at Harvard, So I was just like, you know what? I can't be in a position where the highest ranking institution in the world will use me for all of the things that I know mentally, but will cap me financially. I needed to find something else. So this is my way out. All I'm saying to you guys is we're going to work together. The team that you see today is a team that's going to work with you. We care for you. That is who we care for. The product I brought to you guys because I care for you. And I'm glad that the 3 guys that are on today can truly say over the past 15 years, you know, I care for you more than I care for anything else. So guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Get back to me. After this, I'll be sending you messages. I want to be mindful of your data. And I really want to thank Dibuile for coming on and talking to us. And I want to thank Ms. McCray for coming on and speaking to us. If you have any people that we need to talk to, let us know. We're going to succeed together. Yes, you're going to put in the work to build your own organization, but we're doing this together. You're part of the 1,000 families that we want to help. So, gentlemen, ladies, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good night, everybody.
Good night.